Hello, everyone. If this is your first time ever tuning in, I'm your host, Bill Lusher, and it is time once again for Lamplight Inspirations. We have a great show for you today, and if you're familiar with this show, typically I have a co-host with me, Brock Gann, and as you can see, he's not here with us today. He just started a new job, and if you saw our last post of YouTube, we did one on prayers. So as you can see, prayers were answered. He got his new job that he's been wanting, and so prayers were answered, and he's been a little busy, so he wasn't able to join us today. So that's okay. We're going to go ahead and do a post today, and we're going to just move on, and he'll be back with us soon. So let's get this started with our lamplight today. Today we're going to do, our topic is going to be confidence and courage. Now, if you've seen our post before on Facebook Live, I've done one kind of similar to this before, but I don't feel like that I did it justice. So we're going to do it a little bit different this time. So I want to go a little bit more in detail, but we're not going to go as long, hopefully. So let's just get started. For a lot of the younger generation, social media, as we're using today, has almost completely defined who we are. And for the older generation, most are set in their ways, but social media is starting to creep in on a lot of the older generation. The older generation is starting to using social media. So it's actually becoming more and more popular with the older generation. So it's kind of taken over the world. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, some of these things, some of the older people don't use, but the younger generation is really starting, it's taken over. To the point that most people wake up and their brain begins to automatically start thinking about basically the problems in their life and what they need to do to fix them. I mean, as soon as you wake up in the morning, it's just like click. It's instant. What am I going to do? What's going on? I need to take care of this. I need to take care of that. I've got to do this. And, it goes from getting out of the bed to getting in the shower to, getting ready for work, driving to work, so on and so forth. I mean, am I right? For the most part. So, and these thoughts, they can tend to bring up emotions of past experiences, which in return can create an anxiety of what you can think of in the predictable future. So, which brings me to a saying I've said before. And you probably heard me say this before on Facebook Live. If you've ever watched one of my Facebook Lives, if you wake up satisfied with the person that you were yesterday, then you're already in trouble. Make sense? Because you should thrive to be a better person than you were yesterday, and then again the next day, and so on. So you should never be satisfied with the person you were yesterday. Always want to be better than the person that you were yesterday. It should be a continuous cycle, which I guess brings me to my next point. Again, something I've mentioned before, which brings me to the confidence and courage part of it. And I'm going to use this as an example. The mirror. When you hold up a mirror, when you look in a mirror, what do you see? Obviously, a reflection of yourself. That person in that mirror can be your worst enemy. You get what I'm saying? That can be your worst enemy. Not the person you work with, not your boss, not the neighbor down the street. This person right here that you're looking at in the mirror when you're getting ready for work, in your bedroom, dresser, it can be the worst enemy if you allow it to be. Don't allow the person that you see in the mirror be your worst enemy. Because that reflection does not reflect who you are. Okay? It does not define you. The looks on the outside does not define you. Your heart, your soul, the confidence and courage within you defines who you are. Okay? And I'm going to back that up. 2 Timothy 1:7 says that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but to power and of love and of sound mind. Okay? So, you've heard this. You've heard the saying: if you get knocked down in life, get back up, dust yourself off. Well, you can also look at it if life knocks you down on your back, and you can look up, you can get up. So, have courage. Use your inner strength. Don't look in the mirror and define yourself as the beauty on the outside. Don't look at yourself and look at the blemishes that you may or may not have. Because beauty and who you are is not who you are. It's what's in here. Okay? Now, when it comes to courage and confidence, I'm going to give you 3 examples of famous people in life. Now, I know I probably shouldn't use famous people, but it's probably the easiest way to, I guess, use as an analogy that has completely messed up their life and were completely failures. And probably were not going to amount to anything in their life, but they never gave up. They looked into their inner self, they used their courage, and didn't look on the outside, and they didn't look at the failures that were in front of them or let it define them per se. They took it and ran with it, and they pushed it aside and pushed forward. You get what I'm saying? So you may have, I'm sure you've heard of all 3 of these. You may have heard of 2 of them, maybe one or two. But either way, just listen to this, okay? So, Michael Jordan, okay? I'm sure almost everybody's heard of Michael Jordan. At 15 years old, he was a sophomore in high school, and he did not make the varsity basketball team. Yeah, that's right. He did not make the varsity basketball team. He made the JV team, and he was actually really good on the JV team. But yet, he still wanted to carry the varsity basketball team's jerseys. He wanted to be a part of the varsity team. So by the time he made it to his junior year, he actually made the varsity team. Okay? So his junior and senior year, he made it to his varsity team and actually became a very good player, as we know today. And as we know today, he has 6 NBA championships, 14 All-Star games, 2 Olympic medals. But something you may not know, in his career, he missed over 9,000 shots. He lost 300 games. He was trusted to take the game-winning shot 26 times and missed the game-winning shot. But in his words, to fail is to succeed. So it's okay to fail. You get where I'm going with that? It's okay to fail, because to fail is to succeed. So my next person, some of you all may not know, because a lot in the United States, if you're watching this overseas, you definitely know who this is, but a famous soccer player, Lionel Messi. I'm a little bit of a soccer fan, so Lionel Messi is a superstar, very big superstar. He started playing soccer at the age of 5, and by about 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there, he found out he had a growth hormone deficiency. And around the age of 11, he was basically cut from the team. He was too small. His soccer coach said he probably would not succeed in playing soccer. So by the age of 13, he moved from his home country, Argentina, and moved to Spain with his family, because his family knew that he had something special, and he knew he had something special. And he kept working on his skills. Now remember, he was told he was going to be a failure. At the age of 16, FC Barcelona, the football club Barcelona, noticed him and let him, or basically took him on, and with no contract, and they actually let him sub into a game. I don't know the statistics. It was around the 70-minute mark in a 90-minute game. And he was actually, at that time, the youngest player to score in a FIFA game. And by the time he was age 17, at that time, he was the youngest player to sign a FIFA contract and score in an actual FIFA contract game. This boy, or this man, is only 5'7" and 148 pounds. Now, at the age of 22, he was the FIFA World Player of the Year and has received the award 6 times, more than anyone else, holds 6 times European Golden Shoe Award, has a 48% shot average, meaning almost 50% of the time he shoots at goal, he makes a goal. He is the highest paid athlete in the world. Highest paid athlete of all athletes in the world. The boy was cut from the team at age 11, and 6 years later, he signed a FIFA contract. His words are, give everything you got and start working on your dreams today. You get where I'm going with that? So, again, don't let failure stop you. It's what's inside of you that you can push away the failure and move forward. Have courage. Have confidence. And my last one, everybody has heard of, Thomas Edison. He was only schooled a few months. He was told that he was too dumb to learn by his teacher. Can you imagine that? So his mother homeschooled him. He loved being creative, and he was always tinkering around, doing things. Even though he was from a poor family, he always found something to tinker with and do stuff with. Well, we all know where that went. He created the light bulb. That was one of his inventions. When he was trying to create the light bulb, he used over 2,000 materials to try to create the filament that's inside the light bulb, and failed. It was said that his assistant said that he was so aggravated, he said, this has all been in vain. It's not going to work. Edison looked at him and said, no, we have just found 2,000 materials that didn't work. We have just learned that 2,000 materials didn't work. He went on to create the light bulb and made it work. He looked at it in a positive way. He didn't look at it as failure. Even though it was failure, he looked at it as a learning process. So again, he pushed failure aside and used confidence and moved forward. He had courage and confidence. He didn't wake up in the morning and was satisfied with who he was yesterday. He wanted to be a better person today. The man went on to create the phonograph. And for you younger people that don't know what the phonograph is, that's the record player. He created the telegraph, the little thing that you tap, which ended up leading up to the telephone. The alkaline batteries that we use today, and many more things. His saying was, I have not failed. I have found 10,000 things or 10,000 ways that won't work. Again, just another example of pushing failure aside and using confidence and courage to move forward. So you see, the pain of failure is only temporary. However, if you quit, the pain will last forever. That's powerful right there. Pain is only temporary, or of failure. Pain of failure is only temporary. But if you quit, it'll last forever. So don't quit. These other people, these examples, they didn't quit. They pushed forward. So when you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, I mean, it's human nature to want to breathe. I mean, that if you can't hold your breath forever. The first thing you do when you hold your breath, once you get to a certain point, the first thing you do is gasp. It's human nature. You instantly, your body just, you can't. Your body immediately wants to gasp. So when you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, then you're headed in the right direction in life. Just remember that there will be failure along the way. Just don't quit. That is the main thing. So, here's what I'm going to say to you. I dare you to fail. Yeah, you heard me right. I dare you to fail. Because the only way you're going to succeed in life is to fail. You're never going to get it perfect. And the only way you're going to learn is to fail. To get knocked down and get back up. Go outside of your comfort zone, your comfort box, and do something different. Try something new. Apply for that position that you've been thinking about. Or ask for that raise that you've been wanting and you feel like you deserve. I mean, seriously, what are they going to say? No? Okay. Big deal. I mean, it's life. What else could happen? I mean, if you're a female and there's a guy, you're single and there's a guy that you like, talk to him. I mean, what's he going to do? Blow you off? Okay. I mean, big deal. If you're a guy and you're single and there's some girl you've been wanting to talk to her. I mean, what's she going to do? Blow you off? Say no? Okay. There's more fish in the sea. It's not going to kill you. You've got to take chances. That is the whole point of confidence and courage. Don't worry about this. Worry about this. Use this, not this. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid because of this. Because it's this that is the most important. And it's this that people will respect. And it's this that people will see if they are truly looking. Ephesians 3:12. In him and through faith in him, we may approach God with freedom and confidence. So I ask you, approach God with the confidence that he knows how to help you and show you the way that is his will. Okay? Then he will give or get the fullness of his endless mercy and grace to help us. Hebrews 10:35 through 36. Therefore, do not throw away your confidence, which has a great reward, for you have need of endurance, so that when you have done the will of God, you may receive what is promised. So, I'm going to remind you, remember David and Goliath? 1 Samuel chapter 17. David relied on God for confidence. Not because of his big old muscles. He relied on the confidence of God right here in his heart. Goliath relied on his muscles. He was the type that liked to look in the mirror and go, yeah, look at me. I'm big, I'm bad. And look what happened. Who won that? We all know that if you've ever read the Bible. It was David, because he relied on the confidence that was right here and in God. See, that's the important thing. So, you got to look within yourself, not in the mirror. not in how many times you got knocked down, whether it's once, twice, 50, 100 times. It's going to happen. So let me leave you with this. And I'm just going to let you know, this is not my saying. I'm using this from someone else. Because he or she that says they can or can't are both usually right. I'm going to say that one more time. Because he or she that says they can or can't are both usually right. You know, you always hear teachers or coaches, they say, don't say can't. Don't say you can't. Don't ever let me hear you say that. But the thing is if you say you can or can't, they're both right. Because remember earlier, I made the comment that, you know, it's all in your options. You know, when you get up in the morning, it's your decision. You know, your brain automatically just starts to go into problem mode. Your brain needs to go into, how am I going to be a better person today than I was yesterday? And how am I going to make it a great day? And when you go to the bathroom to get ready for work or whatever you're going to do for that day, when you look in that mirror, I'm asking you to look in that mirror and not look at it and see yourself as you are here, but as you are here. Because I'm going to be honest with you, here recently, I had some real anxiety because I've been cooped up with this disease, and I felt really safe in this home because I can't drive, I can't go nowhere. And it's been a while since I got out by myself. I had the safety of my home and the safety of my wife. And she pushed and pushed and pushed until I left. And I went out by myself and I made a trip to West Virginia, my home state, for a short period of time. And it about killed me because the anxiety. My confidence and my courage was, man. But I tell you what, it was the best thing that I ever done. It helped me. And this right here, practice what you preach. So I can say firsthand experience, this, what I just talked about today, I can literally tell you from firsthand experience, get out of your comfort zone, get out of that box, and do something. Do something different. Take a chance. Don't worry about failing. I was scared to death that I was going to fail, and I was going to be like, I got to get out of here. I got to get back home. Right now, 350 miles, get back to Tennessee. But I didn't. It worked. So, I'm just going to leave you with that. No mirror. Stop me. I did it. with this. So, again, I challenge you. I dare you to fail. Because I have a feeling you're not going to fail as many times as you think you are. So, there you go. Have confidence, have courage. Look inside yourself. Get up, make it a better day than yesterday. And most important, as you always know, make it a great day. Make someone else smile. Make someone else have a great day. But most of all, give yourself a great day. I love you all. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and let people know about Lamplight Inspirations. And if there's anything that we can do for you, please leave a comment below. And if you have any suggestions of any topics that you'd like for us to talk about, let us know. We'd be glad to talk about. So, love you all, and you all make it a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.